So team, welcome back. Today is the 28th April and we are talking about our JPACT activities. So just a note again, once again team, you can repeat these. So if a new member, give it about, I would say anywhere between 4 to 8 weeks before actively participate. So there's a lot of trainings that you could go through in the meanwhile. I just want you to feel pretty comfortable about it, and not every topic we are good at. And what we are trying to do is, as a team, as a group, achieve some combined learning. And my approach is not to answer any question here. I'm okay if you Google and tell me an answer, and that is fine as well, team. And please do note, I only get to remember names and members who are active in speaking, active in answering, active in the projects team. So please make sure that you're active with me. Ask questions, interact, go on, unmuted mode and speak to us. Tell me what is happening. Tell us what the progress. That's when I know, okay, this person individual has, that zeal and enthusiasm. And JPACT is a program where you have to be, involved a lot, team, hands-on. So it's not just hands-on coding or projects, but more, I would say, more experience, communication, and interaction with real humans working on your project. So please keep that going, keep that in mind, and let's move forward. So previous session, it was just the first session. We started with interview questions, and just so that you can all be aware, team, we had a couple of rounds. We went through some discussion. This is maybe our third session. So please go back, look into what we've done there. And somewhere here, we started with our mock interviews. So I wanted to handle multiple topics, team. Let's go one after a time so that it's easy for us to make sure that we understand most of it. So we randomly went through a few yesterday. Today I've seen that let me prepare a few more on Agile, Scrum, and how things happen there. We spoke a little bit about Agile, so I thought let's move beyond. What I want you to do, members, is pick up anything from this list and feel free to talk about. And I will try and take notes on what you're speaking, and let's improve on that. And the others observe what's happening, but I would love to hear more answers as well. All right, so I'm going to unmute you. Any one of you can start going. I have 5 hands raised so far. Is that it? Any more hands planning to raise it so that I can unmute you at least? You don't have to speak right away. You can pick up your question and answer. So I'm starting to unmute team. And love to present, let me know. I will also make you present. Yes, hi, sorry. Hello.
Hi, Karthik. This is Geeta.
Hello, Geeta.
Yeah, as we discussed something about Scrum yesterday, Agile yesterday, I would like to take first 2 or 3 questions in my experience, and the other team members can also add if they have a different view of it, so that we can all get the knowledge. So according to me, in my experience in Scrum sprint, so my Scrum team is like having seven people in my team. There are two, that is the duration of 15 days, which is 2 week sprint. So we have 3 months or 6 months releases, but each sprint is 15 days. It starts from Tuesday. And next Tuesday we will provide our demo, and next sprint will start on Wednesday, coming Wednesday, like that. Okay, so there are some companies who are having only 1 week sprint, but in my company we follow 2 week sprint.
Sure.
Okay, coming to the different roles in Scrum, in my team we have one BA, one Scrum Master, two developers. One is DB developer, and I have two Java developers and one DB developer. 3 developers are there in my team. Okay. Majorly our application is based on Java, so we have two Java developers there. So two testers in my team. 2 testers. Yeah, this is about the size of my team.
Okay, very good.
Coming to the responsibilities of Scrum Master, in my project, right from the Scrum planning. So BA will walk us through about the grooming of the stories, and then from the sprint planning, when we have starting of the sprint, we will have the sprint planning, where we will identify what all the JIRAs, which means requirements. We call it as JIRA. Whatever requirement we have, we call those as JIRAs only, because we are mostly using all the requirements in JIRA. So we are using that as JIRAs. So once we identify which requirements are suitable for our team, depending on the previous area of development and testing in our application, we choose our requirements. So in sprint planning, Scrum Master take the inputs from the team members. What do you think, which are the requirements you are comfortable with to take? So in sprint planning, we discussed among all the requirements, and whatever requirements are comfortable for the developers, they wanted to take those. So once the requirements is done in the sprint planning, then he will ask about what is the timing estimation for that, and how many points, how many dev points are there, how many QA points are required for that particular story. So all these things will be discussed in sprint planning. After the sprint planning, all the requirements are assigned to developers and QAs depending on the velocity of the team. And then every day, Scrum Master is responsible to have the stand-up every day for 15 minutes to half an hour, depends on your team need. Generally, we have 15 minutes stand-up every day, like 10 to 10:30, like that, 10:15, like that. So we all gather together in one place, and we discuss what we did yesterday, and what are the challenges we had, and what we are planning to do today. Okay, and what we are going to complete today, and what is our plan for tomorrow. These are the things we discuss in daily stand-up. So if we have any issues, any environment related issues, whatever it may be, anything, we will discuss there. Each team member discuss their all the actions of yesterday, today, and tomorrow's, and work, as well as Karthik. There is lots of background noise.
Oh, is it? I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Is it like a hum thing?
No, it is like bee
1
sound
second.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay, so sorry. You should have told this earlier because I have my earphones set nicely to put this other machine to sleep. Let's see now.
Yeah, it is better now.
It's just LA has become so hot right now that it's boiling up. Okay. I'll be on mute while you're talking about it as well. Please go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay. So yeah, in daily stand-ups, we discuss whatever issues we have. So then, if, for example, if QA is having some doubt or some issue or something need to be discussed, then this is the place where every team member discuss on that particular issue. So if anybody knows the resolution for that, they will help us on that. They will say that, okay, I'll touch base with you after this stand up. Like that, we gather together to jot down on who is responsible for what, all that stuff. So mostly each and every problem will be solved in the stand-ups. I mean, we will get a path to whom to approach for that particular problem. Like that, it happens in stand-ups. Um, um, Scrum Master is the main role who handles all this. So if we have any issue, then he assigns a particular developer to that issue. He says that, can you please look into that? You are responsible for that. Today you are going to fix this, like that. So if we have any showstoppers, we will share that to Scrum Master, and Scrum Master is the one who will take that to management if it is management related issue. So he will take the decision uh, according to what is the resolution to solve that issue. He will take care on that. This is the responsibility of the Scrum Master. So he need to handle all the QA related problems and dev and BA every. He is responsible for all the issues related to that project. This is the role of the Scrum Master. So he will handle all the meetings. He will handle the demo meetings and planning meetings, and he is the solo responsible for all the meetings, I can say. Even though we are having initiatives independently, but he's the main person to handle the project team wise. This is what I know about the Scrum Master role. I think what is the role of Scrum Master? That is fifth question. I think this covers that question also, Karthik.
It does. To a certain extent, it does. And we'll go through those specific steps and points again. And an excellent job, Geeta. And
Thank you.
team, for your information, let me give you a perspective of what I liked in this. See, when I have presented with a few questions, it is easy to just give a sentence answer and move on, correct? But as an interviewer, when I'm looking at and sitting, if there is some content about what that individual is speaking, then while that individual is speaking, I will continue to write down notes. Okay, if not these long, at least some more, to a certain extent, giving us the same information. The second is she was very practical in the approach. So nothing came out as a textbook I learned. It all showed up more like in the project, very realistic, specific numbers, specific roles, specific dates. Look how specific it has all been. That is key to breaking any of these technical interviews. You have to give the. Can I have everyone muted, please? You have to be very practical in explanation, so that also automatically brings in a lot of passion to it. Great job. And 1 second, please. What we will do is I'm going to also go to the other members, and I want to come back to you, Geeta, on a few more. what is the role of Scrum Master? I know you've answered a few. Let's put them down. Let me also unmute others. Okay, Lakshmi, you're unmuted at your end. Kiranmai, you as well. And there are a few more questions.
That's the question. That's the question.
Shantanu.
Are you there, Lakshmi?
Yes, Karthik. Hi.
There we go.
So,
Yes, please. All of you have access to this document, Steve, just letting you know, and whatever we do, so you can pick up from the Google Sites. Go ahead, please. Any specific question that you want to talk about? And it is absolutely okay to repeat an answer, because sometimes same question, different people, different perspective of an answer. So go ahead, please.
I can't talk right now because
yes, Karthik. So I just want to add whatever Geeta has said. She covered most of the points. So the one thing for the first question, I want to add the duration of the sprint, it depends on the user stories which we take up. So if the story is large enough, then it may go for 3 to 4 weeks of sprints. Or else if the user story is short enough, then the companies will handle as a 1 week sprint or 2 week sprints. So it mainly depends on the user story. That point I just wanted to add for that. And the rest, she covered most of the things. What I feel.
Okay, very good point. Why don't you go ahead with some more answers? Different.
Yes.
How about anything
The
here?
second one, I just want to add the product owner. She makes the roles. Yeah, the product owner, I think we can add there. Yes.
So, and typically Scrum team is product owner, Scrum master, and Scrum member, right? Or Scrum team.
Team, yes.
Right. So three.
Team comes as developers and QA team also.
Exactly. And can two people play the same role?
Sometimes, depending on the resource, they might have to take up both the roles. It depends on the projects. Like a SDET position, they have to do the development. They have to handle the development as well as the testing also.
So if a SDET is also a Scrum master, we'll have to handle.
Yes.
What do you think may be the impediments for this 2-4 weeks sprint cycles that we have? Overall, the Scrum itself.
I didn't get your question, Karthik.
Highlighted fourth question. So we typically face challenges, right, which is resolved in our daily stand-ups. And what typically hurts our Scrum plannings?
What I feel is mostly the requirements. If we have more the change add-on requirements frequently, then it impedes the Scrum the process.
Okay.
As we get from the client, if there are frequent changes in the requirements, then it will impede the Scrum progress.
What else, Steve? Anyone else would love to answer this? So there are a lot of things that could do the impediments for us. What are all of them? And if you need to be speaking, please raise your hand, team. That's the only way I know.
Hi, I would like to answer this.
Yes.
Okay, so anything that is like an obstacle to the outcome of the product, it can be called as an impediment. Like somebody who does not understand Agile or a Scrum or maybe a power outage or lack of automated testing. Or like the continuous integration that is not good enough yet, and a culture that does not fully support Lean Agile Scrum, or insufficient skill set on the team, or confusion about what the user story is, and any unsolved technical issues.
One, you're going. I thought my typing skills were good enough.
Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah. You mentioned insufficient skills. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Any unresolved technical skill issues that are ongoing in the team? Even like a personal problem, a team member's personal problem sometimes becomes an impediment.
Yep. Could be a global challenge also, right?
Yes.
Manasa, why are you not raising your hand? Giving me answers there. Shall I unmute you? Oops, sorry. I unmuted. Hi, Manasa.
Yes, Karthik. Hi, everyone. Yeah, it could also be like not able to give proper estimations. That also could be a big impediment. Sometimes the developers will not be able to estimate the complexity of the story. Suppose if a story is an epic, sometimes it happens, and if you suppose give a number 8 or something like that, it usually hampers a lot of yeah, you won't, I mean, the story is not completed on time, and all the other estimates are also wrong based on that. So that could also be a case.
So when we say just a thought, and I am getting team and anyone can answer on this. When we say improper estimations for a project, let us say project takes 100 person hours. Okay, just an estimation. And I estimated for 100, and we've always been delivering in 70-80 hours. So so is there anything wrong with it? It is that challenge. So we always overestimate a little, but that gets triggered, filtered, adjusted, correct? So does it come where we have a series of incidents where estimation was phenomenally correct? Am I making sense?
Rather than this, low estimation is a problem, Karthik. If we are estimating for 2
It's
days and
always
we are,
there.
yeah, if we are not if we are estimating for 2 days and we are taking it for 4 or 5 days, then definitely that would be a split to the next sprint. So that is a problem if it continues.
So it is always the negative aspect where we have underestimated, project is taking more time. And even if we have overestimated, immediately in the next sprint or two, they will be able to say, okay, I think your estimations always have buffer. Let's do some better. Maybe we can. And this came up nicely. What is the difference between a story and an epic? Niva?
Can you come again, Karthik?
So if a story becomes like an epic, we estimated more of a user story. What is the difference between an epic and a story? User story. Difference between an epic and a user story.
Epic is something, a very large story that needs to be like broken down into like smaller stories. It's like a very large story. Usually the estimations are given based on a Fibonacci series. I mean, it's been a long time since I worked, so I don't exactly remember, but I can say that, yeah, we were given the estimations were based on a Fibonacci series, which was supposed to be given. And if it's a very large story, it's called an epic. And usually in an iteration, if the developers go for an epic story, then it should follow with a short story, like maybe a 2-pointer or a 3-pointer, not more than that, which they can commit. Or if it could be if it's a larger story, then they could be like 2 large story points and maybe another 2 smaller pointer stories kind of thing. Yeah, that's what I remember actually. It's been a long time.
Not a problem. And I think that's what we're trying to retune, that we are sure with what we're talking about.
Yes. According to my understanding, Karthik, epic stories are, for example, if we are following waterfall model, there is no point of pointers or dev points or QA points like that. It is depends on how long the story is, and depends on that. Within 2 to 3 months, we are working on that particular project. Coming to the user stories, it is always short and sweet, I can say, into how much ever you can split that story into very little chunks of stories. So all the user stories are very small, like we can't, for each QA, for each person in the team, we can't give more than 50 to 60 points per one sprint. Generally, it will be like 50 to 60 points for each person. 1-5. 1-5.
Per week, you said?
15.
Sprint.
No, 15 points, I can say. 15 points.
15 to
per person.
16 points
Yeah, which means
per each sprint
each
cycle.
sprint. Yes, each sprint. 15 point means each 1 point equal to 8 hours.
So one story, correct? Yeah.
Yeah. Per day it is 8 hours, right? If we take into that consideration.
That is only for manual. Now, see, again, you need to see estimation. You have to be very careful. What are you estimating in QA especially? Now, this is great from a dev standpoint.
Yeah.
So, what has happened when it comes to QA?
I think QA usually, I think it depends upon the project, Karthik. I think some projects are out and out agile and 100% automation based projects, which I have worked in. There it was like everything has to be automated. Then only a story was said to be done. That was the actual meaning of done. Like if the story is automated, then only it was considered to be done. So yeah, it was like really challenging because in the 2-week sprint, based on the stories, I mean we would literally get a day or two sometimes to automate the stories. I mean that was probably a very rare case. I'm not sure if such kind of, I mean I don't know like what's the current market and like what things are happening now, whether they are going for 100% automation or not.
No, it is still all mixture. But what they're doing is they're doing a good integration, continuous integration, continuous delivery with whatever is automated. So, be it APIs, be it UI on the web, or even on mobile, and lot of there's a whole world that has to move from manual to automation. Said, like I was saying, it's always going to be manual plus automation. A human needs to run these tools at the end of it. But the acceptance that QA industry requires to use a bunch of tools for working effectively in today's world is now a fact. So it's no longer that we can do. So look at estimations also a little bit from QA perspective. Be it manual, say about manual. There's effort of creation, there's effort of execution, there's effort of defect reporting and retesting and so on. Think of those as well.
And sometimes even mobile testing was also, I think mobile testing is also included, right?
Obviously.
Yeah, device testing.
So,
yes.
Correct. And what would happen for now is I'm sure more and more people would be also using smartphones to access regular websites. So responsiveness, the basic functionality. I'm not talking about native apps that need to be installed on a device, but the ones which we use a browser and open on any mobile applications. So they have to be very friendly. So the same scenarios that we are trying to do, now we have to run it on different browser orientations and devices, OS, and so on. And so, for example, if you say that I've used browser stack to simulate or emulate my execution, or actually do remote execution on multiple devices, be it web browsers or be it mobile browsers and so on, that's a good thing to talk. They're pretty getting integrated in API, UI, and your mobile platforms as well.
So one more point I wanted to add here, Karthik. So even though we have 8 hours per day, we cannot count all the 8 hours as productive, right? So we will consider like 4 to 5 hours per day only in these points in general.
Sure. Why?
Yes, I mean that is the while doing the estimations, they consider
right.
that yeah, any document.
It's a 5 hours thing as a
Yeah,
consideration, because we
correct.
talk about meetings
Yes,
and the other admin activities that on an average that was the industry standard.
correct.
Now the same things may increase or decrease work from home also, as
Right.
we are doing some of the remote tasks. So team, just keep an eye on how you are looking at preparing yourself to work from home if the opportunities keep coming right away, because it requires few things. I wouldn't say a bunch of new things, but a few things that we want to make sure at our end. Like, hardware, connectivity, more better communications from our side, and so on. The reason I was saying is also because mob programming. This is the other key aspect. So now we are talking about a period where we are wasting about 2 hours in admin activities. So we still have 5 to 6 hours. So mob programming, anyone know what this is? Meet, I think. Anyone want to answer? Two to three times a week. Spend 5 to 6 hours together in a room. And who does that? Your entire team that you have created. So for example, we're talking about BA, Scrum Master, and so on, or product owner, whoever is there in your team. So your entire Scrum meeting is all hands on. So think of, it's like your daily stand up is now for 5 hours team. Are you getting what I'm saying? We take one, actually, that is the variation here. 2 or 3 user stories and complete end to end. BA, dev, test, release, production, go, everything. And that's like a mob program. So that's a new thing that's also being very popular too, where, even the question has come back. So are you telling me that out of 8 hours, that 5 to 6 hours a day, you're really busy? So, okay, I'm giving an exception that maybe we're missing 2 hours because of admin things. But then are you sure that 5 hours you literally are working all hands on, fully detailed? Because look at the alternate. We have a daily standard. Here are your tasks. Go do it. Then tomorrow morning again we'll meet. What did you do yesterday? What do you want to do today? Any challenges? Nothing much. I may have a 2-hour job. I may have a 6-hour job. Do you get what I'm saying now? So this one, even if we're doing it 2 to 3 times a week, or maybe a few times a month, gets a great idea on who's doing it. And in fact, with our Eniot development, we do a lot of mob programming. We develop things together. Okay, sorry, I keep deviating a little. I also feel like sharing some things I know. Okay, great.
Karthik, I have one point to add on. Someone shared that we may have 4-week sprint. I wanted to add one more point there. Rather than saying we have 4-week sprint, we can say that our story is not completed, then that will be called a split story. So the story is split, and that is extended into next sprint also. We are continuing the same story in the next sprint also. That is called as split story. So instead of saying that to 4-week sprint, we continue 2-week sprint only. But if anything is not completed due to any reason, then that story will be split into next sprint. And it is not a good idea to split the stories very often.
Split the stories very often also. Exactly. It's not a great practice. If we have, it should always be an exception.
Yes.
That when and how do we want to split the stories, and it should also be very smooth how we want to handle those, because some of the stories may not work great when they're split. They have to be complete. So, but eventually sometimes it may end up. But what is the logical reason we don't want something extended for 2 weeks, beyond 2 weeks?
For example, if any defect is pending, which is not fixed, that is the main defect which is failing the other test cases also. That might be one reason. For example, if some developer fixed some area of the code which broke the major functionality of the code again, so we need to go for the retesting. That time also we may not complete that on the last day of by the last day of sprint. So in those reasons, it may split the story. So it may not take a complete sprint, next sprint. It may be like 2 or 3 days more in the next sprint. So it is not necessary all the time. We can continue the testing of previous sprint work in the next sprint, complete whole sprint. It may take only a few days of next sprint.
Sure. So again, so split of stories can be something that we can talk, but more advantage of a shorter sprint. And what is the disadvantage of a shorter sprint, team?
Disadvantage. I mean, we need to have very less points for that particular story. I mean, that should be very how can I say, very less acceptance criteria need to be there. So we need to have a number of stories for that. So any dependency from developer, if it is not done, then definitely that is not sufficient to test in one sprint, for example.
See, also from a perspective that, when we talk about a 1-month-long project, it looks big.
Okay.
Again, say 2 weeks, as a humans also, it is easy to digest. So, what for the next 2 weeks I'm doing. Oh, if it goes into a calendar month also, it becomes, what, the month itself changed on the calendar. What are we talking about? Oh, you're talking about from previous month. Okay, now I understand. See, the communication, why this is getting essential. See, there are specific reasons shorter sprints and longer sprints have. Look at those, please, ups and downs. Sometimes our project exposure is only towards of what's best in the, what's happening in our jobs. Hunt on these questions, you'll get some more thoughts.
Yeah. If it is shorter sprint, more focused, right?
But how many short sprints will I say? Let's say I want to build a fantastic product. Let's say NEOT itself, again, a web application like NEOT, I want to do. Now, why should I do it agile? I'll sit down, I'll say, guys, I'm giving you 2 months. Here is the requirement. I'll do a typical waterfall. I'm just saying. Or I'll break it down into 3 sprints. Okay, every 3 weeks, show me what's happening. Or give me one version, That's good. So why not? I want very specific answers if we can, please, on that. These ones, team, short sprint versus longer sprint. This is
And
coming. Yes, please
yeah,
go ahead.
and other point also, you asked like, can multiple, I mean, can one person can have multiple roles? It happens in my team. So we don't have separate SA, BA, and product owner. Our product owner is the one who creates the stories. So one person is handling all the three roles there.
Exactly. So that's the reason I was asking, because these two are, from my perspective, the same teams.
Hmm.
The second one is like a skeleton of that who is playing the product owner role. Someone has to play in this team product owner. Who's playing the scrum master role in this? Someone has to play. Who are the scrum team? Everyone. So yes. So this is the template of how a typical product owner, scrum master, scrum team. And then under that, you could have multiple, and it may not be Java, it could be C# and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Team, I'm just trying to look at the questions, and there was one very important one. Regarding estimation itself, since that came up, do anyone know what's planning poker or scrum poker? And these are fun terms to also look at in how IT has evolved. Any juniors here these days, team, who are very young into coding or absolutely freshers? Please don't bother about all that's happening. Just keep an eye on it. This will help you in your IT career, what's happening in the world. Not everything may be digestible, so apologize. Planning poker and scrum poker. Look at this team. How a team does an estimation together. So this is one important one, everyone. What are different ceremonies? That's one. Then look at these, team. We have a few more questions. Why don't you all prepare for this for tomorrow and give some more answers on this? Then I will start adding some core Java questions into this list. Now, any other questions? Any other things happening? So, any your training is going on the side. Java plus Python I started. We've done 2 sessions in each. Java Python session 2 will be now today, 7. What I want to, SDET is still pending, team. I know we are trying to chew through what we've already learned to a certain extent. So we'll have to come back on that. So I might give a gap anyway on NEOT and Java Python. So that will give me sometime this week to focus with you on SDET. The other is what else it is there? Team, if you have updated resumes with good projects and so on, please Skype me immediately. If the projects that are coming up with work from home and so on, I'll let you know.
So Karthik, I just placed one link in the chat. Can you please add that to the document? It may be helpful for the team to go through some of the Scrum questions, Agile related questions.
And so that's the link Geeta has shared, everyone. Questions, team. Aladdin, not over your email address. It's basically all in this JPAG 14 folder. I'll share this link to this doc. And I'll put it in the chat. Okay, team, I think that's about it from my side. I'll see you all back tomorrow then. Let's keep going, even if it's a few set of questions. A good round of discussion is always nice. Did anyone else have a question who I did not unmute? And I only saw a few of you speaking today. Really want to see more active members, team, and prepare yourself a little bit. And tomorrow when we get, if you want, if you have, you can go back and give an answer for any of this. Give it a shot. Okay, thank you everyone. Bye now. We'll see you. So one quick question on the side. Bhargavi, do you want to do an SDET session now? on the element identification, it's path 2, or is it going to be something later? 7 p.m. Pacific, I'm starting the Java Python day to everyone. So team, let's see if we can connect in a few minutes. Bhargavi will go ahead with the SDET. So Bhargavi, just put a message in the group, or I'll put a message in the link. Yeah, we can do about 45-minute session. Hello, Shaumitra. So you signed up new for JPAC 14. Yeah, just stay tuned. And let me put you into at least Skype group, everyone. So that way you can get started. So this is the JPAC group. If you're a JPAC member, then you're more than welcome to join this group. 11, 12, and 14. So I'm, making sure even the old members keep continuing till they get on to the jobs itself. And I'm going to put this in the chat. So any questions, issues that we're having on it, please put it in there. I don't know where to start. So I have nothing in my head. I think you have everything. Number one, where to start is being very calm, peaceful. There's a lot of content that will come your way. But most importantly, go to itlearn.com/webinars. And sign up here, please, depending on the training. So answering to you and anyone new, please. So JPAC is a series of trainings. JPAC orientation and what we're doing is here. ENIOT is the other training that I'm conducting. So you can register for any of these trainings here by clicking on this register for live. The Java plus Python. So ongoing, recently just started sessions are out here for you to register. And slowly as the videos are happening, I'll be putting them more out here. If you scroll down, you will see the previous batch videos, which has access to a lot. So that's the content of training. Once you keep going along, once you learn a few basic tools and skills, I'm going to put you into some groups and projects where you can start practicing. Okay? Give yourself a day or two in the Skype group with the other members, and also join the sessions based on what you're seeing. And do not overcrowd yourself, team, with, oh, you know what, there's too much, I want to learn everything right away. Not at all. Just take 2 of them and start attending. We'll repeat plenty of them. So let us say you're at a very, very beginning level, then these 2 trainings are perfect for you. You already have done some trainings, you're ready for doing some interview questions and how we are preparing ourselves towards interviews. Look at these sessions where we are having this current ongoing. All right, did that answer your question, please? Okay. Any pointers on how to build a resume? Okay, so for that, number one, for resume team, let me speak tomorrow. You need definitely few things. Let me discuss on that. Like, you need keywords, you need good template, you need to speak about project in a very, very clear manner. So you need to spend a lot of effort. Java plus Python at 7 p.m. Pacific, starting in an hour. SDET advanced XPath starting in the next 4 minutes by Bhargavi. Okay, I'll send the link for SDET in the group. It would be great if someone can share better online reference. To which one, Bhargavi? Please share details to my below email ID. Ramakrishnan, can you do us a favor? I'll have a tough time to take your information and do following. Sign up for this webinar, start attending. When you're ready, we can. Online reference on Agile and Scrum methodology, I don't know, team, but I'll see if someone can do a session on it. Walk through, even a 1.5 hour session will be helpful.
Karthik, don't we have anything in our previous videos for manual testing?
There's plenty. There's plenty. In fact, if you go to itlearn.com, sure. The only reason is I don't know how current would it be. So that's something that we need to look at. So for example, there's a bunch of testing out here. So let's go to this one itself on the manual testing portion. And there's also the ISTQB would be there. There you go. This PMP and ISTQB also has a good set of questions. So this Agile and Scrum here. There's one link. Let's see this. So this is QA, Jira, Bugzilla, software testing fundamentals, multiple batches, manual testing and QA tools, live training, last April. So this, I think, is a good one to take the previous one. I'm not sure how many videos are there, but only shows 4 right now. Go to previous one. Look at the ones that we have here, please. From this, I'm sure one of the best ones will fit in there. BDD, Agile, and Scrum. Let's see this. It's totally okay, so let me log in. Don't like the entire interface in the website team. There's so much content and so many members. It's tough for me to reload and hardly get any support from that team. So, okay, where are we? 10. Only 2 sessions here, team. I don't know why. And they don't seem to be something recent. So I would want to prefer anything that has been done more recently. ISTQB, I'm sure, will be a complete flow, but Agile and Scrum, I'm seeing if there's anything that we have. Let's see here. So many manual testing out here. We'll have to do one more. I'll send you the links, team. There are a few that I'll be happy to send. All right. Team, that's about it. Logging off the session. I'll share the SDET link in the other chat. Thank you everyone for the participation. I'll see you back tomorrow at 5 p.m. then. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.